lot of Nigerians don't know what happened in October 2020. Well, this documentary will take you through. In October 2020, a generation of young Nigerians rose not to violence but with a voice, and their demand was very simple: let us live. But the answer they got was bullets. SARS, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, was created to combat violent crime, but soon SARS itself became the criminal. It was accused of extortion, illegal arrest, torture, and even extrajudicial killings. And by 2020, Nigerians had had enough. There was a video of SARS dragging and killing a young man in Ughelli, Delta State, that went viral. And that was the final straw that broke the camel's back. Hashtags turned into chants. Tweets became protests. From Lagos to London and across the whole country, a movement was born, End SARS. And across Nigeria, the youth took to the streets, united, peaceful, and powerful. There was no political party, there was no religious divide, there was just a simple, single demand: end police brutality. The world watched, and for once it felt as if change was really coming. And at the Lekki Toll Gate in Lagos, protesters camped day and night. They prayed, they sang, they served free food, they picked up trash, they hoped they had a home, until it was all drowned in blood. So on October 20, 2020, at 6:45 p.m, the lights went out. CCTV cameras were removed, billboard lights shut down. Then the soldiers came. The protesters sat, waving the Nigerian flag, singing the Nigerian anthem, and then bullets began to fly. Live rounds, real deaths. They said it didn't happen. They said no one died. But we saw it, we streamed it, we mourned, and the world stood with us. From Times Square to Cape Town, people said it, End SARS. The government twisted the truth. First, they said there were no soldiers. Then later, they said soldiers were there. They said there were no bullets, then blanks. They said at first that there was no death. Then later, they said there were only 2 deaths. What is the cost of a Nigerian life? Panels were set up, testimonies were made, but justice? Justice has been lost in bureaucracy. The system that enabled SARS now sat in judgment of itself. This was not just about the police. It was about power. It was about a generation that dared to speak, and the state answered that generation with bullets. The Lekki Toll Gate is not just a location, it is a graveyard of trust. SARS was disbanded on paper, but the same faces that wore the SARS uniform are now on different uniforms again. Police brutality remains, corruption thrives, and the youth were portrayed as disillusioned. They were betrayed. And that is how we have people leaving the country that they once tried to save. But we will not forget. We will remember the names, we will remember the faces, we will remember October, and someday Nigeria itself will remember too that it killed the brightest light. But they still shine in memory, in defiance. They shine in us.